Okay. Bruce Geller. Okay. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Susan.
Jessica's had so much going on in her life that she asked me if I would share this one.
Oh, okay.
But I am going to be looking for somebody willing to take a few notes.
Well, you're recording it, so you're all set for
Well,
tomorrow.
that's true. You're right. Thank you so much, Rich, for pointing that out.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, is there any way that you can send me the completed winter 25 geyser?
The Gazette?
Yeah, the because I have a couple of copies, but they're drafts,
Oh,
and I'm trying to put them on the web page.
well, I believe I received it in the mail.
Oh, I did too, but I didn't know if there
You
was
want
a
a paper? You want a paper copy?
no, I have a
Not
paper
on
copy.
print. I'm
I,
sorry, I'm not being
I,
clear. You want something on that's in the computer that you can play with?
Correct. Correct. I tried doing different ways with it and it just I can't get around. I can't figure it out yet. So,
You know, the person to ask would be Jeanette, and she's not going to be here this evening because she's in Philadelphia at a Yo-Yo Ma concert.
okay.
But,
You know,
Dina would probably be the person to ask.
because I've been going back and forth with Gail, which has been really good. Um,
Yeah, but Dina's the one who did, let's see. Dina's the one who did the put the newsletter together.
okay.
And I'm offhand, I'm Polizzi. I think it's Dina Polizzi.
Okay.
I see that Eric Stalker's joining us. Hi, folks.
Can you guys see and hear me?
Yes, we can.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Well, I'm as good as I'm going to be. I've had a month of
Yes.
a pile of poop, and it's been awful.
Yeah.
How's your cat doing?
He's doing really well,
Oh, good.
really well. He came home Monday night, and hopefully this will never happen again.
Great. That's great.
The major diet change, he's no longer able to have dry cat food.
Oh, yeah.
It's the biggest trigger of it.
Wow.
And yeah,
I've heard that before.
yeah, I've never had this. I've had cats all my life, and I've never had this. But he's the first indoor cat I've ever had.
Oh,
And she said that that plays a part in it too, because they don't have the natural elements of outside.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's just been one fire after another, and I'm sorry
That's
that
you can't help it. How can
life.
you
I
stop?
know.
Life
And then
isn't
today,
fair.
my cell phone died. I
Oh,
had to go get a cell phone, and in the middle of it, all of Verizon went down.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
So Verizon network is completely there's no cell signal for anybody.
is that happening right now?
Yes, the whole country. If you have iPhones, I guess it's not affecting you
Okay.
because you hook up to satellites. But any Android user, nobody has, unless you're hooked up to Wi-Fi, you can't use the internet and you cannot make any calls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well, I have to say that, I mean, Jessica, you wanted me to chair the meeting, right? I think.
I can do it. I don't mind.
Okay. If you want to do that, that'd be great. Then I can be secretary and not ask somebody to be secretary.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
Hmm?
I can do it.
Oh, great. Thank you. So Janetta's not coming, so
Oh, okay.
I think
Um,
Mary Lou might pop in later, but she's not
did
here.
Eric leave?
Yeah, he must not have wanted to be here.
Okay.
Wait, let's
Is
see.
it
Oh,
Mary Lou right there?
we have 5 members, but one is me with 2.
Oh, fine. Okay.
So yeah, he may have wanted to be somewhere.
All right. So we're going to call the meeting to order
Yep.
on January 14th, 2006 at 5:33 p.m.
Thank you.
And to do the roll call, we have Mary Jo. You're
Johnson
up.
here.
Makepeace, aye here.
Millinger, I here.
Strangman, I hear.
Okay.
So the first on the list is to approve the minutes from November 12th, which was when we had Haley. I had read them prior to December's meeting, and I didn't find any errors in it that I could see.
Oh, thank you. I know they were very long because I got carried away. I wanted to make sure that I communicated everything that Haley told us, and I checked it with her, and she was okay with it.
Yeah.
So we need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Am I allowed to do that chairing or no?
I don't know. I don't think you are. Mary Jo
Oh,
did though.
okay.
So I'll second.
I'll-
I don't know whether I'm allowed to second.
I'll second or third.
All right, all in favor?
Johnson,
Mary
aye.
Jo?
Yep.
Makepeace, aye.
Millinger, I.
Strangman, I. Hmm.
Okay, so the next is the financial report. Now, we haven't had one since November. So, there was one question, Susan, I could not find the for the fees paid for the November clinic. Whether you put it in an email to me that was mixed up with other stuff.
Yeah,
I
sure.
found December, but I could not find November.
And I keep a copy of all of them. So
Right.
I got it.
You usually tell me in an email, but a lot of times it's mixed up with other business.
Yep.
So maybe in the future, put it in just a separate one titled November fees
yeah.
paid or whatever the date is, so that I can easily find it.
Okay.
But for right now, until I have that number from you, I left that one as a question mark, so I didn't send you the financial report. Our beginning balances, we had the grant was $5,105.72. In the revolving, we had $1,040, and the town we had 200. Our expenses were the November foot clinic of 200, the December foot clinic of 220. The newsletter printing and mailing was $668.18. And Dina's designing of the Gazette was $118.75. I didn't include January's foot clinic in this.
No, you really
Susan.
Right.
Huh?
you really shouldn't because this is the January meeting. So
Right.
early, yeah.
Right. For December, we got $158 in foot clinic fees that were paid. And if you could give me the November one when you have time, Susan.
Yep.
So our grant ended up being ending balance was $3,908.82. The revolving account is 1,198 plus will be the amount for the November clinic, and the town budget 200. So our all accounts total is $5,306.82.
Good.
Which is not bad.
Not bad.
Not
No.
bad.
No, good.
So. And I'll send that as soon as I get that November amount in, Susan, I'll send that over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Update, hold on a second. I'm on a meeting. Are you coming to visit? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm on a meeting. Oh. All right. I didn't hear you. I get on at 7. Usually 6:30 and 7. Yeah, sorry.
How you feeling, Mary Jo?
Pretty good, all things
Good.
considered.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'm,
good.
Like you were one sick kitty.
that was very unexpected and very
Okay.
dramatic.
Yeah,
And yeah, I've been eating, sleeping, walking,
Good.
cooking. And that's basically what I've been doing, for
That's
a
good.
while.
Good.
So
Sorry about that. Somebody was at the door.
That's okay. Jessica, I will tell you, in November, we were given $190.
190. Okay, I'll add that in and then I'll ship that over to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, update on programs and committees where COA was represented. I don't know if Mary Jo wants to go first or if we want to talk about the tech talks or the foot clinic, community lunch.
Okay, so let me just do that. I can do community lunch and foot clinic pretty quickly. Community lunch, we had, I think, probably the biggest crowd ever. There were 19 people there.
Wow.
And it seemed to be, what did you think, Rich?
Oh, it was very good. There was quite a bit of new people and everybody seemed to get along famously. The food was pretty good too,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
especially the walnuts.
I made them and they were sort of spicy. Rich likes things that are spicy. I have
Yes, yes.
usually I get them too spicy for everybody except Rich. In terms of foot clinic, I think I'm thinking back. Gosh, I think foot clinic's been going just well. We have lots of clients, and we have probably a few too many clients, but it's nice to have them. And we met this month on a Tuesday on the third Wednesday, the second Wednesday instead of the third Wednesday, because Nicole is going to Aruba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I should probably say for NDS, while I'm talking, that I'll tell you what's happening. I actually like to have Jessica hear this.
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Neighborhood dementia support is moving along. We are in the process of starting to apply for next year's grant, and LifePath folks have been encouraging us to do it. So we think that's a good sign. And we're also busy spending the money from the first year's grant that we haven't spent yet, which means there's going to be a lot going on in February. There are going to be a number of talks, mostly on Zoom because it's winter and we think we'd have a better audience. One of the issues that's going to come up next year, so I'm giving you a heads up about this, is that NDS steering committee wants to reach out to the COA boards and get us to be more active, involving people in the community with dementia. And so I think at some point they're going to try to have a meeting of all the 4 boards with as many members as possible, to talk about what kinds of things we could do to reach out. I mean, we're already doing well with community lunch because Jeanette brings several people who have dementia, and actually, and another couple were there at the last meeting, at the last community lunch. So we are doing that, which is good. One of the things that's developing now is Memory Cafe, and
Right.
Nancy Spiller has been running them, and they've been in Wendell, and she started in November. There's been one a month, and she's going to do at least one in February. And I've been to 2, and they've been really interesting. And I think that I know that Wendell is talking about, New Salem is talking about starting a Memory Cafe. Their library director is interested in organizing it in the library, having it in the library, sponsored there. So I think we'll probably be wanting to talk about whether Shutesbury would be interested in developing a Memory Cafe. I think Jeanette would be a natural because she's really very actively involved with the folks that have dementia that she works with. So that's sort of for you all to think about, because I imagine we'll be talking about it in the spring later on. I think that's what I have to say for updates on programs and committees, activities.
Okay, well, basically where I left off with the police chief search committee, we had sent candidates on to the select board, and I haven't checked in to see, where they are in that process. But we finished our did they do anything?
They made their pick
Yes.
in the Gazette last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Who did they decide on?
Devin.
Okay. I think there are a lot of people in the community that are going to be really happy about that based on the feedback that we all received. So, that's nice. And then I went to the most recent library reuse committee. That's the first town meeting that I went back to after taking my little hiatus. And they were talking about getting septic and water for the old library building. And the idea came up that we could potentially tap into the water and septic from the church, since that's on the town common and would be the easiest. So at this point, we're reaching out just to see if they might be interested in sharing. So that's the latest on that committee.
Did anything get said about a food pantry?
No. The whole meeting really was dedicated, and I think that they kind of came to the conclusion. They had asked me to look into better composting toilet solutions, and I didn't get to go to that meeting because it conflicted with the police hiring meeting. But I sent them information, and I think that they've decided that they would really like a more normal feeling bathroom. And it's really hard without running water or a place, or a bathroom to do anything other than a place where people would just come quickly and then leave. So, and the other thing is that the police department has expressed an interest in moving over there. And so we're kind of at the point of investigating all possibilities. We may not recommend one specific thing over another, but knowing whether or not we can have water in the septic system really influences the types of uses that we can consider.
Yeah.
And so that is kind of where we're at right now. At some point, I believe there's going to be conversation with the community as a whole. I think that that's still in the planning stages. We've already done a survey of town employees and boards and committees to see what their space needs are. And there's a lot of space needs, particularly for like record storage. And the police department where they are is really not adequate to their needs.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so the thought is that, maybe the town could look at reconfiguring town hall some. But it's kind of like this larger picture that needs to get put together. And so, but like knowing whether or not you're gonna have water seemed to be,
Correct. Yeah.
important in terms of figuring out and ruling out potential uses.
Certain things. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other issue is money, of course. And so there's the possibility that we will actively use that building. There's also the possibility and do something to it other than just minimal stuff that has to be done to keep it efficiently running. But so there's two possibilities. One is that we'll actively use it and then we'll put some people there, offices or whatever. And the other possibility is that we just keep that building on the back burner and the need will be to focus across the street. But it's not really clear yet in terms of the conversations, which direction we're going to go. So.
That sounds like a big project
Mhm.
to find
And I
something.
think it kind of got bigger when they started to ask what the needs are.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they
that
ask-
there's going to be people that are happy and then people that are not happy.
But
Like
there
there always is.
You
Yeah.
have to do the steps. You have to make sure that you have can there be water? Can there be storage?
Yeah.
That is a big thing.
Yeah. So I think we're really still looking at what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to share about the tech talk?
I will.
Okay.
Susan and I went to the last one. It was pretty good. There was like, what would we say, 6 or 7 people, Susan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6, I think.
Yep. I have a new flyer made. I can bring it to the town hall and they can make some copies and I've also updated the website with the Tech Talk in it. I've updated a couple of things. I've taken away the vacancies that were up for the committee. I'm trying to get the Geezer letter put in for a winter of 25. But just getting on there and knowing what I can and can't do and what I can put in and what's helpful. And I've taken some stuff out. There was something about COVID 2020. So if you all want to look at it, it's updated as of right now.
Oh, great.
I try to play with it when I can. But I do have the Tech Talk done for January 28th. And what it's going to be about and the upcoming ones, which are 2. And when this one's done, then I'll update it for the couple of new workshops that they're going to put on. And I was wondering if we could end up using the big screen downstairs.
So I talked to Barbara
Yeah.
about it and we're gonna have either Haley or Brennan or even my sister Melissa to
Mhm.
meet her down there to help her set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to have, some people forgot their cell phone. We won't mention any names, Susan, for the thing. But this would be really good. That way she could
Right.
show it exactly what you're looking at.
Right, and this one's gonna be more hands-on with using your cell phone. I don't know I know she did like spams and whatever, but this one's gonna be about pictures, right?
Right, right,
We want people to bring their cell phones,
right.
Susan.
Yeah,
Sorry, Susan.
And we want people to be able to see what she's showing too. So
Correct.
definitely we will get somebody down there that day. Like I said, it'll be somebody anyway that will help her hook up.
And like when we had our last meeting in November, before the first Tech Talk, there was a woman that came on and wanted questions and things that she wanted to answer specifically. And
Hmm.
I think that fits into the time frame that we're doing because there is a little lull and you get to talk to her. And
Right.
as a group, you're listening. And yes, that's happened to me once or twice or whatever, or somebody. Um, Knowing that someone has the same type of computer that you have. I was someone needed some help with their computer, so they texted me and we both had the same kind. So I was able to help them navigate what they were doing, which was good. So just getting people out there and knowing what they have and what they're looking for.
I did get an email from her the other day when I confirmed the times.
Right.
And she had said that she had come up to the grand opening of the library, and she says, I wonder if we could do any future workshops there.
Well,
But I don't know how that would really work.
right now, probably not well,
Right.
but they're so set up that unfortunately, when they did have the grand opening, they had that meeting room when you first walk in on the left-hand side.
Mhm.
They have a screen there, but they didn't turn that on and they didn't turn on the speaker. But if you walk down the hallway to the a teen center, there was a video in there and they were showing that room. So
Oh,
it's there. They just didn't flip on all the bells and whistles for that, which would have been good because I
right.
think they want to conjugate everybody in that one little area of the library. And there was a lot of people there.
Mm.
I mean, they came in, they filled that, and then they filtered down all the way down to the children's section. So it was very nice. Um, it's quite a
yes,
turnout.
I was there on Zoom and it was really frustrating. The outside events, initially, I found how to
Yeah.
hear. In the
Right,
side events, you could hear, but you couldn't see until almost the end. So it was
right.
a little frustrating.
Yeah, that part was, I'm not sure how much experience they have with Zoom. I know the young lady
Yeah,
that was doing it. I don't know,
yeah.
but uh,
So we're
Well,
providing food for Tech Talk.
I didn't hear what you
yeah,
said.
We're providing food, some kind of snack.
refreshments like last time.
Yeah. So at the last minute, I realized that we advertised that. So I got together some crackers and cheese.
Right.
And
We are advertising that. Refreshments, it says refreshments will be provided.
yeah,
Now, if it's the broadband committee that can do that, but I don't think so. I'm just
I don't think they
looking
will.
at, I know, but I mean, they're sponsoring it also. So,
Yeah.
um, just putting it out there.
I wouldn't mind making something
Oh, that'd
for, I would have to drop it off because I'm not going to be there, but
be
Right.
fine.
what date is it? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
January 28th.
Which is the
It's a
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind, whoops, sorry. I don't mind um conjuring something up.
Oh, good.
All right, it's on my calendar.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
So that's it for programs, right? That's all we've had.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did want to update. I was gonna leave this for unanticipated business, but it kind of goes in with like programs. So our newsletter, when it went out, um, a lot of people came back and gave us email addresses. Some people, there was a couple, I saw at least one that said, please take me off all of your communication. So they don't even want to hear from us. So we have to figure out a way to um, get these all in one place where it's easy to use. And I'm not techie, and I don't really know what the easiest way to have this email list where we could just take it and then put it right into like an email header, like a listserv kind of thing. And we have to figure out also how to um, like merge the mailing with the email ones, because we're going to want to take off those people from the mailing list and have them just the email lists.
Right.
And is there an easy way to do that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I wanted to know whether you can copy, copy and paste. From the Council on Aging's website, which is where they are. Not website, email. Maybe I should ask Gail that.
Yeah, you can copy and paste them. They would have to go into like an Excel sheet or something.
Now, last time I gave you the update, I gave you the listing. I moved it from a PDF to an Excel. So you were able to do that for this.
Right.
So is
Right.
there columns that you can highlight and the heading be like electronic email only or paper paperless or whatever they say today for either send it
Right.
email or send it by mail. I wonder if there's a column that we can designate and check off who wants, who doesn't. I don't know how many, how much how big the list is that you received from me.
So it must be 30 to 40 people, I would say, at least.
Mm.
I started
Oh, well,
copying
that's,
down, but Rich, do you have a list of everybody, an Excel list of everybody that was sent the newsletter?
no,
I have the Excel,
yes.
the Excel that was sent to the printer. I still have that.
Well, could we not use that existing Excel list to use against the folks that have written in and said, email me only?
Right.
Yes.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm talking
Add
about
a column.
Right. The columns on the right-hand side, you should be
Yeah.
able to check a box and it'll work its magic and just send. Yeah, I think we can be able to do that.
The only problem with that is if we have a list going to Adam's mail, is that going to screw them up? You know, should the list be separate from the mailing list? Because how are they gonna, you know what
we
I'm
could-
saying?
Yeah, we
I
could
don't
do
know what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that because it's two different entities that you're sending out to.
Right. If we send him that whole list and had email addresses, that's gonna be more work for them to remove them.
Right.
But we could remove them.
We could create two lists, one for, do we have anyone that wants both? Was my thought.
Not that I know of.
Okay. So if we're only dealing with want and don't want, email or print, then we should be able to make, if there's only 30 people involved in this mailing, we should be able to do that.
Right.
And there may
It's
be
gonna have to be like a running kind of always touched document, because we're gonna have people like that are gonna like next time say,
Add,
oh, yeah,
add
we're
me, take me
right,
off,
right,
and so on and so.
right.
Well, we're going to have to correct the list for people that die or move out of town.
Correct.
And how do we do that?
Yeah. How do we?
And people that move into town.
Correct. They want to be on
Like
the list.
I don't want to have to get another 600 you know, address form and have to go through it again.
No,
It was very time consuming.
Yes. If it's in an Excel, there's an awful lot of stuff we can do with it.
do it, right? Is there, for thinking of people that are moving into town that or someone that wants to subscribe to this on the webpage itself, doesn't it have a sign up thing if you want emails from the town? I wonder if they could put something in there if you wanted our newsletter and how you wanted it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me find out. Let me check out. Oh, two. All right, let me find out some information and I'll get back to you of what we can do, potentially do. Because I should have the list because you gave me the PDF list and I changed
Right,
my
but so the ones that the one that I have though have people that have been removed for because they died,
Mhm.
and then the households that are shared.
Okay.
Well, a portion of the households that were shared, some were missed, and I'm not sure why, but because Haley gave me a she took out the people that had shared mailing addresses. What I think happened is some used their residential address, like the husband used the house address, the wife used the mailing address, so they didn't get cross referenced.
Okay.
It's a big job, and I don't know. I mean, there's got to be someone that's techie that would be like, this is the easiest way for you to do this. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially when it's like a good portion of the town. There's a
Mhm.
lot of people that are over 60.
Well, I would think that, I mean, I think Rich knows a lot. I think we should all could also ask Gail Fleischacker
Right.
about what she sees as the easiest way to do it.
Right. I'm assuming if we had our own spreadsheet of all the email addresses, if you went to go and put out a an email, you just copy all that you can copy the whole like column and then put it into the email header. I
I
think.
don't- Yeah.
I don't know either. So it's going to be something that we're going to have to keep our radar on and see what to really do with all these.
Now, you've updated the list that I transferred over to Excel to you? You've
Yes, I
updated?
have the list. Yes, that was the list that went to the printer.
Okay. Why
Yep,
don't you
I went
send that?
through.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah.
Okay. That way I can look at it, play with it, and see what
Would
how
you
we can.
Rich, would you like to have access to Council on Aging at Shrewsbury.org? Because then you can see what we're talking about and access it if you want to add it.
Oh, sure. I haven't broken anything yet, so
Hmm. Yet.
well, that Gail told me not to do something, and she said that'll mess everything up if you do. And so it's okay as long as you tell me. But no, access to that would be good.
Okay.
And I wonder if there's even something in the Google inside Gmail
World.
where you can have like a group. Um, like if you have like a group that you put all the things in and they save it. I don't know. I'm sure there is something where it'll take that group of names and put it onto an email. Say I want to email this whole group, you know.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I know how to set up a listserv. I've done it for a number of different groups. The problem is knowing how to transfer it so that somebody else can use it.
One, two.
But working on Google Docs, you could do that because you can share.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, we have time because we're not going to put out a newsletter right away.
Right.
How the time can get away from us, and then at the end of the day, be like, oh no, we haven't done this yet.
Now, speaking of the newsletter, didn't we receive an email that said that someone was having a class on how to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, okay, yes. MCOA is giving, I think, a series of 6 classes on Canva, which is about creating a newsletter,
Okay.
and they're free.
All right. So
Where's that?
I'll go back and look and see if I can find the email. I th I think of it when I see you, Susan, and then I don't think of it again.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll try to remember to send it to you.
Okay. I know I received one, but
Yeah.
my email list from everybody is getting huge,
Yeah.
you know?
It does.
So
Mary Jo, do you have anything to add?
Um, well, I was gonna ask, I guess I'm assuming that the Council on Aging is the only board or committee that would have this need in town to send out an email newsletter or just email in general. And I guess without asking, we wouldn't know how, there maybe isn't a system set up to integrate with, the shutesbury.org address. But to me, it seems like it ought to be something that is kind of meshing with everything that the town is doing. As opposed to, yeah. So I guess what I'm kind of wondering is the Council on Aging, are we, it's kind of a weird question, but are we viewed as like town officials, like in terms of where these emails reside? Other organizations that I've been a part of have had records and other kinds of things in people's houses on their own email servers or whatever. And it tends to be a little bit of an issue. And so usually an organization like the town would kind of want to have, I would think that they would want to have like email lists and this kind of thing that we're talking about
Yeah.
under their auspices in some way. So when it lives with us, is it under the town's auspices in the way that I'm thinking? Or is it something that needs to be talked about? I don't know.
well, we all got the recycle email that they
That's
could make the
right.
pick, so that committee has to do what we kind of want to do in a way, because they're
Mhm.
giving us updates, when the trucks are stuck on Montague Road and can't pick up on Tuesday. All that stuff's getting sent out.
Yeah,
There is what we want to do in the town. We just have to
yeah,
see if we can share the knowledge that they have of how they do it.
yeah. So my question then is, could the town's email list, whatever that is, be kind of subdivided so that part of it is the Council on Aging's list? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I do not think one of the big problem we have in this town is communication.
Mm.
And I think that that means that there is no one everybody in town email list. I mean, the closest it comes to it is the voting rolls, but not everybody votes. But that is the closest. But the town is, I think there are limits to communication. For example, town announce goes only to people who have said they want it.
Mm.
And that's maybe a third of the town. So it's a very limited way of getting out to people. And when I've talked to people, for example, New Salem has a newsletter that comes out on Saturday mornings and is put out by a volunteer. And it's wonderful because it's all kinds of news about what's going on in town. But this was initially created by people who saying they wanted to get it. And it grew from there. So it didn't grow from an official town email list.
Register, yeah.
And I've talked to Haley about the fact that we really need to work on town communication. And I think we need something like New Salem News. It'd be wonderful if we had it. And it would be very useful for us because we could communicate with everybody in town that way.
I mean, it seems like that recycling newsletter or the recycling announcements, is that a subset of town announce then? Or is it the same list as town announce?
I have no idea. I'm assuming it goes, yeah, and you think it would go to every householder. So it
Right.
would go to
So then the question is, if you were to use town announce, would that be a way to, I don't know, just kind of get everything in one place?
And then take out what we wanted for people that are over 55.
Yeah.
Or 60.
Or
Yeah.
60, whatever the limit is.
And, I've sent out newsletters before, and, you might pick up a bunch of new names, and you send out a newsletter saying, we got your email from such and such a place. If you want to not receive our emails, please unsubscribe, click here.
Right.
And then they have an option to unsubscribe. And that's my other question is, would you be using something like MailChimp or, something like that? Or are you just thinking of just sending a regular email with a bunch of names on it, which once your list gets fairly large, I think there are limits to the number of people that you can do per email.
Town announce uses MailChimp.
Yeah, so if we've got MailChimp, it seems like we would probably want to integrate with that some way.
Yeah, and I think we need to talk to somebody in administration because I think there may be limits to who the town can communicate with without the person's permission.
Well, it'd be like knocking on the door. If they want us to come in, they'll open the door.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and the other way you could potentially handle that is just, say, send out a couple of emails and say, get their permission. If you want to continue receiving these, let us know. Otherwise, this will be the end of it, But you might be able to pick up a bunch more emails that way.
Yeah.
And when they do register on the website to receive mailings from the town, there could be a box beside your name and your email address. There could be boxes in there that said Council of Aging, recycle, things like that, and make that a bigger, so it'll bring everything it'll shoot everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And just separate all the committees and everything, which would be good.
Susan, do you remember when we met with Haley and she talked about a computer program? I think she called it My Senior Center or something. Do you remember she mentioned that?
No, she don't.
Yeah, she had mentioned it. And it's a program and it would hold all the, she explained it. I don't really remember exactly what it was, but I remember her saying that it would be a place where we could send stuff out of. And I thought she said it was My Senior Center app.
Okay, that would be perfect for things like the Gazette for the.
And I remember her saying that there's sometimes you can get grants and we might not even have to end up paying for it. We could apply for grants for it.
Well, you know, MCOA has grants to help to help councils on aging get new programming.
Mhm.
Right.
Something that's really important, and that would be really important for us.
So let me go back and ask Haley because I remember her mentioning it and I was thinking, well, what would we need that for? Because at that point I didn't see, we weren't really doing emails, but I definitely would like to talk to her about that more because
Yeah.
that could be something that would be useful for us.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's something that people can like log into and say, oh, today is the foot care clinic, or we can maybe even have people able to sign up for the foot clinic inside that app.
Right.
I mean, it sounds like the app is like for not for just would be for us, but for people that wanted to like log in. And I don't know. Let me go
Yeah,
back. Let me take the month and do some research on it.
Yeah, because the place she came from the Amherst
Right.
system, which I'm sure they do all kinds of things.
Yeah, and they have a much bigger
Right.
like senior, a much bigger and well more organized
Okay.
like activities and stuff that they do. So yeah, let me ask Haley and I'll get back to everyone next week. Or I mean next month.
Okay.
And see if that can be of help to making a newsletter list. And I have a feeling if we started emailing things like I don't know, even if it's just like a little like I don't know, something like say about the flu or something. If we started sending these things out, I'm wondering if people would start saying, "Oh, I want to get that from the COA," you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna open up a new box, so let's do it.
Right. And Rich is the perfect person to do that.
No.
All right. Well, let's get back to this next month
Yeah.
and see if you have your notes, I have my notes,
Right. We'll go through them.
and yeah, and definitely let's knock on Gail's door because I think that she might be able to help us too.
Mhm.
Why, Shaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So it says the next is the website update, but you kind of gave that to us.
Yes, the things that I've done. Look at it, see what you think. I'm gonna add some more things, probably to a couple of things. I did see anything from Shutesbury was near the top and the stuff from Leverett was near the bottom, which that was one of the things that we were looking at. Um,
I haven't been back there since you did that
yeah,
work, so
okay. Yeah, take a look at that and see how that looks. And I'll get up and have Haley make some copies of this flyer and put one at the new library in the post office and any place else you can think of.
Can you send me a copy because Gail Flesh to put out on Town Announce?
Okay, I can it does I can scan it, but it has like a little film on it compared to if I just print it. So I scanned it, I can send it to you, Susan, and you can look at it.
Okay.
The flyer, and you can look at the website and see because it's exactly the same thing,
Okay.
except they have the two little animated things at the top.
Yeah.
Um,
She said she was learning how to put flyers on And in fact, she put your last flyer out on Town Announce. When I asked her to teach me how to put a flyer out on Town Announce, she said, "Don't bother, I'll do it."
Oh, okay.
So I could just send it. I would just send it to her and ask her to put it out on Town Announce.
Haley.
Yeah, and she'll post it on Nextdoor too.
No, she doesn't post on Nextdoor. Town's got mixed feelings about Nextdoor.
Who,
Oh,
who did-
I thought we were talking about Gail. I'm sorry, my mistake.
we're talking about Haley.
I'm sorry.
Susan,
I thought we were talking about Gail.
We were talking about Gail putting out Town Announce the tech talk.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she'll put it on Nextdoor too, through the broadband page.
Are you talking about Gail Huntress? She put it on for us.
Yeah, okay.
On next.
On Gail. Everybody's name is Gail. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So I would like a copy though, because I'll send it to the Leverett and New Salem newsletters to
Okay.
the information.
All right.
And they won't probably put the flyer. They'll just take the information from the flyer.
Right. And I'll just have Haley make some copies and put them up in a couple places in town.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so the next
Oh, wait, hang on before we go to the item. I want to point out that Mary Jo had very nicely said she would do the web page when we were desperate for somebody to do the web page. But it wasn't her first interest, so she was happy to let Rick take it over. But I think we ought to thank Mary Jo for being willing to take it over.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're very welcome. And had I not succumbed, to my whole thing, probably would have gotten around to doing a little more with it. But very glad that you've done it. I saw what you had done, and it looks great. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we kind of threw a lot of you at once, Mary Jo.
Yeah.
All those committees and the webpage, and we were like just throwing stuff at you. So
And I wasn't picking anything up at the time, Mary Jo. So
Okay.
okay. The next on the agenda is the possible senior tea at the school, and Rich is going to be very excited to hear this one. So the fifth and sixth grade, Jessica Carlson Belanger
Mhm.
would like to invite the seniors to have tea at Valentine's Day with the fifth and sixth grade, with the seniors. And she asked last year and nothing came of it, but this year she's asked. And
She
I think
sees me there all the time. That's why she's asking. Go ahead.
no, I think it's a great idea. I just
I
know
know.
I know you like the kids. You know all the kids.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good idea if we can get some seniors together for it. They said they were going to do tea and a possible snack and
Mhm.
integrate the two communities together.
Yeah. Okay.
From 12:30 to 1:30 ish. So I was thinking that we've got two groups. Oh, blast! I could have right now that we could invite to get some of them involved. One is the foot clinic patrons, and the other is people who come to the
Luncheon.
community lunch. Though I have not been collecting emails, and I need to. Hi, Mary Lou.
Hi. Hi. May I speak on that? On the tea?
Sure.
Yeah, so Jessica, you were saying that the elementary school is interested in getting the two groups of people integrated. Would it be like just this one day's event? Or would it do you think it may grow into something more?
I'm not sure. This all came from the school to us.
Uh-huh.
So this was she, like I said, she mentioned it last year and nothing really happened with it. but she mentioned it kind of late. There wasn't a lot of time to prepare for it.
Okay.
And I think at that point with COA, and I don't know if we were having issue, we were short. I'm not sure. But we never did anything with it. But this year she asked again in plenty of time where we can set something up. It could be something that's going to be more events that take place. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I worked in the elementary school, and one day the children did a an event. They made up themselves a piece of cake for a poem, and I thought, that that was really creative, and I participated. I happened to be working in the building that day, but again, it was just like a one time event. So I'm curious if the tea event, how it will roll out.
Mm.
Yeah.
When my grandmother did the senior luncheons, the preschoolers would come up almost every holiday,
Wow.
either Valentine's Day or Christmas. They made cookies and
Mhm.
um so they have done things that were together like that.
Yeah.
Um, but nothing's been done since. And
Mm.
uh, I don't know if it's the new principal that's allowing this, because I know like to bring people into the school, a lot of times you have to have query checks and stuff. So I'm not sure exactly what's being done on their end.
Oh, that's
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this is all them, not us. That we're being invited to them. So we're not coordinating any of it.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
It does.
Is there, Susan, is the luncheon before this? Before the 14th?
First,
Yes, I would.
Okay.
The luncheon is the second, is the first Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
So that would be okay.
third. Okay.
And we could send out a town. Well, I don't know about a town announce. This would be a good time to use a seniors email list.
Well, if we can get something from the school saying this, we can always bring it up and put it on the table because a lot of the people, or a few of the people at that luncheon have grandchildren,
Yeah,
Mm.
school and so on. So
yeah, I think that's a good idea, Rich.
this would open the door for that. Um,
So when we get our final details, will Rich make a flyer?
sure.
I think we want to hand out something small
Okay, yeah, something like that.
individuals to take home.
Yeah. Like we do with the memory clinic and
Yeah.
things like that. Um I'll see if I can have the kids do it. Because
Good.
that would be a project for them to do that they would like, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
let me see what I can do about that. My list is getting big.
You're getting big.
The next is unfinished old business. I'm not sure what that is.
That was whether we wanted to say something about the food pantry.
Oh, okay.
And I think we're sort of in limbo at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any update on it at all.
Yeah.
We had a meeting, and Haley had talked about maybe putting the food pantry in the old library. Originally she wanted to use the senior center, but I think it would be way too much for the senior center to hold.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't know where she's at with that.
Yeah. And we don't know where the library reuse committee is on too.
Right.
If she's brought it to them yet.
Yeah, that I don't think so.
Yeah. So it's still unfinished old business.
It's still unfinished old business. Okay, we're on unanticipated. business. And I will turn that over to Mary Jo.
Okay. So, in the last week, one of our longtime lake residents and one of my neighbors, Ron Meck, came to me and asked if it would be appropriate to ask the Council on Aging to advocate for him. Starting at the beginning of January this year, his road in front of his house stopped being plowed and sanded. And I asked him, the situation is somewhat complicated. And I asked him to summarize it for me in writing so that you all would know what it is. And I do have documents that I could send, but just to kind of briefly summarize so we can see if this is something that we would want to do. The sanding and the plowing stopped. He called the highway department, didn't receive a response, went to Haley. I believe then it went to the emergency committee. And he was told that they were concerned that the road was too narrow and unsafe for the plow to go down. And so that was kind of the end of it. Now, from Ron's perspective, the road is now safer and, in better shape from a physical standpoint than it's been over many years. He's had no issue being plowed for a great number of years. And he's just feeling kind of perplexed about the situation. So I got to thinking about it, and I did a little looking around my neighborhood, and I realized that my road doesn't get sanded all the way to the end. And the road that's above me, also, I ran into my neighbor. I said, do you have this situation? Because she lives on the end of her road. And she said, well, if I don't get out to talk to the person that's doing the plowing and sanding every year, she said, I don't get plowed and sanded. And she said that this year she's been too, she said busy, but she's had some health issues. And she wasn't able to get out there. And so her road hasn't been sanded.
It's once Mary Lou, I'm sorry, not Mary Lou, Mary Jo.
Yeah.
Is she also a senior?
She is a senior, and she
Okay.
had a major operation
Okay.
this year. In fact, when I stopped to see her, she was just getting home from the hospital. So anyway, I thought that this issue is a little bit bigger than just Ron, in the sense that it seems as though the town doesn't really have a way of dealing with something that tends to come up fairly, with a little bit of regularity, which is what to do if the road is a dirt road and it's narrow and the sand truck, which is quite large, can't easily get down it.
When did this stop happening?
As of January 1st this year. So, and he did say that the same person who fixed the road in the fall, like that same person was also responsible for the plowing, plowed once and said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Or actually didn't say he wasn't going to do it anymore, just stopped doing it.
And what road is this?
What?
What road is this?
It's Birch Drive. It's a road that goes off of Great Pines, which goes off of Locks Pond.
Okay.
And historically, it's a complicated issue because a lot of these roads are small and they've been variously changed and worked on by volunteers and professionals over the years. And Great Pines Drive actually has a water issue that really hasn't been adequately resolved. And so right now, as of yesterday, his road was like a skating rink.
Mhm.
You really, you have to keep on top of that kind of stuff. And if you don't, it can really get out of hand.
Mhm.
So if he had some sort of emergency and an ambulance had to get down there, or fire, police had to get down there, it might not be the easiest thing to get back out. So, and anyway, it's a safety issue. And so having gone to the town and just not really gotten a solution, he's coming to us.
Mary Lou,
Right.
hand up.
I think I've explained it fairly well.
Mhm.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, is it okay if I talk, Mary Jo?
Sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. It sounds like it is a bigger, like a town issue, but because the two of your neighbors who you speak of are seniors, if I were a voting member of of your committee here, I would bring it forth on behalf of the seniors because it's pretty serious. Um, and then the town will be looking at it as a whole, and fixing the situation. And I also want to say, my father used to be a plow person and a sander, etc., and got called by the city. And there were certain trucks that he refused to operate. So there's that part too. So maybe our town doesn't have the right uh vehicle to get in there, and even on that thought, maybe it has to be hand um thrown sand or salt or ice or whatever we're doing to take care of it. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
But if it's been done in the past, what's the difference now?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe the road structure and the rain and the like if it's dirt, it's moving. I don't know.
I know, but they grade a lot of town streets in town.
The town itself?
Yes.
Well, then,
They grade a lot, and I don't know which
But
ones
the,
they do and which ones
Yeah.
they don't,
but the lake isn't the lake responsible for their own roads, except for
The
plowing and sanding to fix them.
yeah, the lake is responsible to make sure, the Lake Association usually makes sure that the roads around the lake are in plowable condition.
Mhm.
And his understanding was that the work that was done this fall did make his road in plowable condition. So he's just really perplexed as to why suddenly it's not.
Has he gone to the Lake Commission?
I tried that,
Mhm.
and I really did not. One thing that just to kind of give you an understanding, the Lake Association right now is being run by people who are not here in the wintertime. And so their knowledge and ability to come out and take a look at this situation and assist is quite limited. I mean, I won't say too much more than that, other than to say that was my first avenue that I thought I'd go
Right.
down.
Yeah.
And I did not get good response. They kind of just tossed it back to the town because
Right.
the town did agree to be responsible for the plowing and the sanding. And, the work was done to prepare this road this fall. If you look at it, and I do have pictures, if you look at it, it looks like it's in pretty decent shape, like somebody's done something recently. In some ways, looks a little better than Great Pines does. But it does have a slope and it does have a curve to it. So, you know, I think that this is a complicated issue. And I don't know if the Council on Aging would, I mean, at first I was thinking, well, maybe we should just write a letter of support or something along those lines. But it's a little bit tricky to take any kind of position on it when we don't really know
Okay.
anything about what's going on. So I don't know how committees and the COA would relate. I don't know if, like, maybe we could just talk to someone before or just to find out more information. You know, I also have from Ron a copy of the policy that the town has on plowing and sanding, and that actually says that if the road isn't good in good enough shape, and that gets decided on by the person that's in charge of the highway department, that they don't, if it's not in good enough shape to plow by the town plow or an outside contractor, then the
Mhm.
highway department person can make a decision not to do it. But it's a little bit, to me, logically, it's hard for me to understand how it couldn't be addressed by some way, like kind of like Mary Lou was saying, even if somebody came out and did something by hand,
Right.
rather than just leaving it with no, basically leaving a guy with a road that's turned into a skating rink in front of his house, or
So,
leading down to his house.
so I do know the road that we're talking about, where the road comes down, there's a little, little hill, and then it goes into his driveway. That little hill, okay, it's pretty steep, but if the town can plow Stowell Road, which I don't know if anybody knows Stowell Road, there should be no reason that they safely cannot plow that little hill coming out of Ron's driveway. Because Stowell Road goes, it's straight down, and it ends right at somebody's driveway,
That's right.
And that gets done.
Yeah.
and it gets done by the town. Now that was grandfathered into the private drives, like with Carver Road and Briggs Road and that road were all grandfathered into the town having to maintain the plowing,
Yeah.
not the maintenance of like fixing it. That's all the residents have to do that. But Birch Drive is the town road, so there shouldn't have been any grandfathering in,
Right.
but I don't know.
You know, there's been a change. I want to point out that there's been there's been a change of leadership of the DPW at the same time that this happened. And it could be a different person looking at the situation and coming to a different conclusion. Not that that really helps us, but it might sort of explain some of what's going on. I don't know. It seems I agree that it's a general issue, but it's certainly a senior issue. And that we certainly, I think we would be right in correct in advocating for the town policy to, if the town and the DPW consider that it's not appropriate, it would be damaging for town equipment, then I think that there needs to be an alternative provided.
That makes sense to me.
And it could be, it could be hiring some private person with a smaller truck to plow it.
Yeah.
What Mary Jo, what it's confusing me having all these Marys. What truck do they use to drive to plow those roads down there? A small one or a big one?
Well, I'm I think that the plow might be a medium one. I mean, I'm not sure.
Is it
What I
one of the
will
big,
say I've
big?
noticed is that the sanding truck is quite large. The
Right.
sanding
Okay.
truck is actually larger than the plow.
But we do have pickup
Two.
trucks
Right.
that have
Yeah,
sanders on
so
them.
yeah, so a pickup truck, I mean, that's pretty small.
Yeah.
That could
And
easily,
that's what they use to plow and sand Stoll Road with,
yeah,
is the small pickup trucks.
huh.
Oh, what do you think about Mary Jo's suggestion that the first line of approach might be to talk with someone or someone's so that they know that the COA is concerned about this?
I do know that you said that Haley sent it to the select board, right? Have they met on that yet?
Okay, so the select board said that they would discuss it at their meeting on February 2nd.
Mhm.
Okay.
Rita is gonna meet with Ron on Tuesday.
Okay.
And Ron, before the meeting got set up with Rita, that's when Ron approached me. The meeting with Rita has happened like yesterday. That was arranged.
Mhm.
He was really worried about having go to the select board, in a public forum by himself. And that's the main reason why he approached me. He was just worried about how it would all come out. And this type of issue, from my perspective, seems like it would be better handled not in a public forum. Because it seems to be a lot of misunderstanding and miscommunication, as far as I can tell. And certainly if it's a question of asking the highway department to do something different, I don't know if a public forum would be the best place to be doing that, especially if Ron is the one that's complaining and then they're told to do something. Anyway, maybe something will come out of this meeting with Rita. If we want to do something, maybe it would be good to do something before the meeting with Rita happens. The real concern, of course, is that by the time February rolls around, there's going to be, potentially a lot of snow and ice between now and then. And that might or might not get addressed.
Well, it sounds like Haley needs to talk to the new super at the highway department to see what the deal is with all this and why it stopped.
It sounds like Haley washed her hands of it though and just sent
Yeah.
it to the select board.
Right.
Yeah.
But the leadership there changed maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years
Mm.
at the highway. So
Yeah.
if it's been done all this other time,
Ron did send me a letter that Haley had written. I guess the emergency committee met, they determined that the road wasn't plowable, but then they just left it there. Like they didn't go the next step to figure out
right.
how to help him.
If
And
the
I think
emergency,
that's really where the rubber hits the road. The emergency committee could have dealt with it and they chose not to.
if the emergency committee is saying that it's too dangerous for a truck to go down and sand and plow, what do they expect an ambulance to do?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the ambulance crew isn't gonna carry you up that hill on a stretcher.
No.
So if it's the emergency committee, then they need to think about emergencies, not just,
Yeah.
preparing for an
Yeah.
emergency.
Yeah, and the letter from Haley said that emergency services would be provided. How that was supposed to
How would
happen
that
was
be?
not spelled out in any way.
Yeah.
A helicopter. Oh, God.
Yeah. So there's a lot here that just doesn't add up, doesn't make sense.
Correct.
May I say something? It sounds like Ron is a bit hesitant, as you seem to be conveying, Mary Jo, that he, as an individual, may not want to come forward as an individual in a public forum. And so maybe that's why if the COA is just speaking in general for the safety of our seniors without, like you can use examples saying roadways and then give the specifics without pinpointing an individual, without what I'm saying, without putting the burden on Ron's shoulders, like that, and then to make him out to somehow be complaining, not happy with the situation. I don't know. It's my idea.
It's not like it's something new. They've been dealing with it for years. And if the road, that part of the road needs to be fixed, and they can't do it in the winter, but they should be able to get the pickup with the plow and the sander on the back and just back down that little hill, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So if we were going to speak with someone, how would that work? Who would we speak with? What would make sense?
I think that if the select board are meeting on it, I think they would be the ones that we would talk to, I believe. Because if they're already looking at it to meet on February 2nd, then
So are you suggesting, I mean, we would have to talk with them as a select board, right? At a meeting? Or
either that or write a letter
Write a
or
yeah.
Maybe
I would
right.
think a letter would be sufficient from us that we were supporting him or them, because there's more than one now.
We could, if say Mary Jo made up a letter to send to the select board asking why this is not happening anymore and why it stopped. It's not saying that we want this done. We just want to know why this has stopped happening. So that in the future we have something. Does that make sense?
Well, I think we can throw our support at our seniors and say that, especially for safety reasons, cite the safety reasons.
Or who makes the determination that they can't do it? I guess that's
It sounds like the emergency committee, whoever they are.
okay.
Yeah, it includes a representative from the select board. And the head of the highway department, and I think the fire chief.
Okay.
Those
Yeah.
are all new guys, new to the
Yeah,
operation.
Does he live alone? Does
he
Ron?
does.
He lives alone? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm worried.
So I think, I'm seconding what the person behind the cat said.
Sorry.
No
He's
problem.
been a pain since he came home.
Oh, he's happy to be home.
Oh, yeah.
And needing attention from you. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know that it's important to say that if the town and the emergency committee have decided that it's unsafe for town equipment, then we think, given that it's a road that the town has taken responsibility for, the town needs to come up with an alternative solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we definitely have to tell them that they need to come up with an alternative solution for at least the portion of the road that they're responsible for.
Yes.
They're not responsible for his immediate parking area, but
Mhm.
that hill is definitely responsibility of the town.
and it has been in the past. So it's,
Exactly.
That's a biggie. Yep.
Right. So I've put some stuff in writing at this point. How would we then, do you want me to just read something to you and you can decide if it's good?
sure.
Okay. Let's see. Well, let's see. In the spirit of Sand for Seniors, safe passage for people in emergency vehicles and personnel in winter, and just plain neighborliness, we would like to encourage the town to find alternative solutions for clearing snow and sanding portions of roads under conditions where a large truck may not work.
How about highway equipment?
Where the current the town's highway equipment may not work?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
That way you're not doing, well, we're not going to send the big sander down there.
right.
So we just,
And I think there needs to be inclusion of the fact that they have been doing it.
Okay.
So it's not asking them to do something they've never done before.
yeah.
And do you want to bring up Ron specifically as the person that came to us,
Oh, the road, you're going to mention the road
or
that we're
the
dealing
road,
with.
Birch
And
Drive?
and the address.
Yeah.
That would be fine. Not so much the name, just the address. Um,
Hmm.
Susan, do we get cut off at 7?
We are supposed to go off at 7. I don't know if there's somebody else coming along, we'll get bumped.
All right, we got 2 minutes to 7.
Okay, and Mary Jo, don't forget, like, are you saying something about seniors, our seniors' safety?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like make the word plural because there's been more than one senior who has come to you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I draft how does this work? Like if
Well,
I were to draft something?
probably we really should come together for a brief meeting, official meeting, special called. Don't you think, Jessica?
I think so, yes.
But it could be a pretty short meeting.
Right,
Yeah.
it's only to approve the letter.
right.
And you could send it around to us so we could
Yeah.
take a look at it and make suggestions just back to you, not to the whole group. That would be.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Thank you, Mary Jo. I
You're
have to
welcome.
go off. Good night.
Night, Mary Lou.
That's what I kept doing.
I
We're gonna call one MJ, one ML. How's that?
Right?
MJ. Okay.
How long do you need do you want to set that date now for that meeting? Or do you want to wait until Mary Jo has it drafted?
We can set the date now, or we're all here. We can agree on something.
Do you want to do a week? Today's the 14th. If we said the 21st, that gives a week and a half, almost 2 weeks before that select board
February
meeting.
2nd. Yeah.
I think a week would be helpful because it will allow me to probably put it legally on my town government. Because I don't know the ramifications of a special meeting, but I think it needs to be public.
Do
Okay.
you want to do the 21st?
Sounds good.
I have a conflict, unfortunately.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's find another time.
Tuesday, Thursday that week? I have no conflicts except work.
I could do Tuesday.
I have cemetery commission Tuesday at 6 o'clock, but we could meet at 5:30.
That works for me.
Rich,
Yep, that's fine.
so the
That's a date.
20th at 5:30.
Yeah.
That's a day short of a week. Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as you have time.
I think so.
And our next real meeting will be on February 11th at 5:30.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And we need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move.
I motion to adjourn. I don't know.
That
Whatever.
works. I second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
Make peace, aye.
Johnson, aye.
Stangman, aye.
Millinger, aye.
11th, okay.
All right, we'll see you on next Tuesday.
What time is it?
It's 7:03. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. Thank you.
All right, everybody have a good night.
Okay.
You too.
Thanks, everybody.
Nice seeing everybody. Nice seeing you, Mary Jo.
Nice to be
Yes.
back.
Glad you're back.
Take care, everyone.